Good morning, guys. I hope we're all sparkly. They do say sharing is caring. So I'm going to share because I care. Today is a good day. Why? I woke up with an absolute stonker. It was like steel. Honestly. It's always good to wake up with a stonker. Why do I say these things? Morning erections, they are a sign of having healthy male androgen levels and good quality sleep because they happen during rapid eye movement. Why have I woken up with a stonker? I've lowered my dose. As you guys know, my dose has been stable for years. 12.5 milligrams test sip daily and 100 IU of HCG daily. My levels have always been cracking, but recently they've crept up because I've not been to the gym and my utilization has decreased. And with that, there has been an element of anxiety. Now, we're living in very peculiar times. So I was trying to think about what the aggravating factors were, and I was trying to address them because my levels have always been cracking. And I've never had a problem with anxiety. So I looked into the usual things and I couldn't find an answer. It was quite alarming, but it turns out my levels are too high. So my anxiety is as a direct result of having high testosterone levels. My total T is 42, my free T 0.94, and my estrogen 138. Now you could argue they are alpha numbers. They are badass numbers. But I don't feel good that high. I feel better with slightly lower numbers. I feel cool, calm, collected, good libido, and a stonker. Oh, I'm going to think about that all day long. No. It's a nice start to the day. So, what's the take-home message from this? You do not need to have high testosterone levels in order to feel well. Now, we're seeking a semblance of normality. We want to have healthy hormone levels to feel good and to help facilitate the primary purpose behind testosterone growth and repair. Appreciating the need for balance and appreciating the need for contrast, anabolic versus catabolic. Anabolic rest to grow, recover, repair, and prepare. That's what this is all about. So, high testosterone levels, do they make you alpha? Now, alpha is a state of mind. Now, we run a Facebook group called TRT in the UK, which is designed to increase understanding and awareness around testosterone deficiency and TRT. And one of the guys the other day was having a little bit of a moan because we like a bit of banter. And obviously, alpha males, it's all how strong you are, whether you like dogs, German Shepherds, not cats, rock and rave. And it's like, oh, don't really fit in. Being alpha is not about conforming. Being alpha is about being comfortable in your own skin and your own mind. So if you want to drink chamomile tea, if you do prefer cats to dogs, if you're comfortable with that, you are alpha, in my mind at least. Obviously other people will have a different definition. Now I have got what are considered alpha guys under my care. I've got ex-professional bodybuilders, strongmen, ex-MMA fighters. I've got ex-special forces, guys who are still serving, firemen, police officers. I've got a medical researcher who wanted to mention. He's part of the beta group. Sorry, Joseph, I'm only playing. So you've got to have a sense of humour. So if you can retain a sense of humour, then you're golden. Because we can get so bogged down in the machine. Now stress is a big factor. We are exposed to both physical and psychological stress, and it can be disproportionate. Now I'm pretty good at dealing with stress, so if there was a resus or trauma in A&E, I'd be the first one there. So I have the ability to stay cool, calm and collected in a stressful situation, because all you have to do is go back to basics. Whilst there's all this adrenaline and panic and fear flying around, A, B, C, airway, breathing, circulation. Go back to basic principles. And these are the principles that we should be applying to testosterone replacement therapy. The principle is normalisation for long-term physical and psychological well-being. Understanding that more is not better. There are physiological consequences of having high levels, and there are psychological consequences of having high levels. Now these alpha guys, they've often got themselves into this situation because of their ability to cope with stress. That drive and determination has led them to succeed in the fields that they have gone into, but ultimately it's had a negative impact on their sense of well-being and physical and psychological well-being now. Now I do not believe in regrets. I think everything that's happened before is preparing you for this moment right now. And I think that's incredibly important. If you concentrate and fixate on the past, you will never appreciate the moment and make the most out of the moment. And if you're constantly worried about the future, again, you will not appreciate the moment. And the moment right now is incredibly important. You are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. So today, make it count. This is incredibly important. So I posted it on the group yesterday because everybody has this assumption that you need to have high normal levels to feel brilliant. Now when you have low testosterone, obviously you attribute your symptoms to low testosterone, and conversely, to reverse those symptoms you must need high normal levels. Now this simply is not the case. You do not need to have high levels to feel brilliant. If there's one thing I'd actually like to do, is I'd like to only tell you your blood test results after you've told me how you are. because it's interesting. I feel amazing, doctor. Yeah, regular morning wood, motivated, cracking on, and then sometimes I tell them their numbers and they go, ooh. And I go, these numbers are perfect for you. You do not need to be higher. You do not need to be chasing a magic number. And it's especially true of the guys with anxiety, because we tend to struggle with them because they fixate and focus so much on numbers and they don't appreciate the need for balance and normality. And when you've got high numbers, you are heightened. And it's uncomfortable. You do not need to have high numbers to feel great. And funnily enough, the higher your anxiety, the higher the heightened state that you're in, the lower your libido is. Should be obvious, shouldn't it? If you're heightened, fight or flight, are you supposed to be horny? The answer to that question is no. You are in protection mode, you're in survival mode, hunt and gather. I said it, sorry, hunt and gather. You're not supposed to be horny. So the anxious guys, chasing a high number, chasing a high libido, not realizing that libido is not associated with high normal heightened states. It's fascinating, isn't it? So the moral of the story is, let's find a moral. TRT is simply about normalisation. You're designed to fight and fornicate. So you want a testosterone level that is appropriate to your physiology, genetics, and utilization. TRT is not a fix-all elixir. It is merely the foundation from whence you need to build upon and work every single day on your physical and your psychological well-being. And I will say it, appreciate the moment.